is here! The champ is here! The champ is here! The champ is here!
Welcome back, everybody, to Belt Kings Radio presents Champions, episode 15, people. It has been a while, and I apologize for that. Health concerns did not keep me down like Ric Flair. Woo! I must kick out at 2. So we are back. We are live, and as always, I am Mike Knox, and I'm joined by, as always, my kicks are my fix. Nephew Corey from the Wrestling Marks of Excellence. What's going on, Nephew Corey?
What's going on, man? I'm ready for this today, man. This will be a good, exciting pay-per-view last night. We were just talking about it offline. Like, this is, we're due for a show today with all this going on.
Not only are we due for a show, because darn it, we're due for a show. We haven't done one. And we want you guys out there to know that we have not forgotten. Like I said, health concerns kept us down. My wedding anniversary as well was there. So I took a little break, and I apologize. But unlike other podcasts that give you 5 episodes and never come back, we've done this for a while. Wrestling Marks of Excellence, Fox Sports Radio, the BDSR networks. We have been doing this. And so we're doing it because we love the culture. And what is the culture, Corey? It is title belts.
Yeah. Big time, yo. This will be a good show today.
The community loves titles. We love titles. For the titles we collect and the guys who wore them, this show is for you. And, of course, you heard Corey just mention a small smidget of last night's Clash of Champions. This is not a review show. This is not a show for that. It's a show for title belts. But in an episode or a show that I thought Clash of Champions should have been titled Blood versus Blood, it made us think about the real tribal leader, at least to me, the real tribal leader. And right now, Roman, it's you, baby. It is you. And if it goes to Mania, while I got my shirt on, I hope it do, I'll be cheering for you. And I'll be cheering for The Rock as well. But in honor of the last guy I just said, Corey, there's been some commemorative, how do you say the word? Special edition belts, right? Community titles that have been made. And actually, just remembering the last show we actually did was another show just like this where we paid homage to The Undertaker. Well, today we pay homage to the pie-eating, speaking, eyebrow raising. Hold on, I can't do it. So I gotta, those who can't see my
gosh.
I'm really bad at it. I'm really bad. I can't do it at all. There's my eyebrow raising. You already know who it is. That son of a person that would turn his foot sideways and stick it up your candy arses. The Rock title, Corey.
Yeah.
This belt, speak on it, man.
It's crazy. It's it was something that, they went I guess wait a minute.
No, you didn't. No, you didn't.
Pull this out.
That beautiful beam footage. Look at that thing. Look how it protrudes off of the main.
Yeah.
I'm watching it via video. So in person, Corey, go ahead and speak on it, my brother.
Yeah. Oh gosh.
God, it looks like it's heavy.
It's very heavy. So actually, if I can go on the specs on let me go on the specs on
okay.
Shot.
That's what you do. You're the specs guy because they want to know. They want to know the side plates and how heavy it is because it looks as heavy as anything I've ever seen.
No, it's ridiculously heavy. That's the funny thing. Let me back that up a little bit. So
I gotta get this done before Mania.
Mania. First, I'll just go to the back of it.
Okay, flip it over. Is that
the
blue
velvet?
Is that what is that, velvet?
It is.
That is velvet! Oh, that thing is beautiful, Corey. Oh, those who are just cannot watch this and can only hear this. Oh, that is beautiful.
Yeah, so, and then as you can see here, the curve.
Bending, the curve, which is important these days.
Is ridiculous. Yeah,
yes.
So, the
especially for fat guys like me to fit right there. Bam!
The main plate, from what it says, according to the specs on WWE, which these are very accurate just by holding the champion.
Okay.
It's I'll do this. I'll move this just a little bit so you can see it. It is 12 inches by 9.5. This is 20 millimeters, which makes sense because this bull. That thing 3D. It sticks out.
It's 3D with the ring, with the nose ring.
So 12 inches with this is a top to bottom. It is It definitely is. 12 by 9.5. Side plates. The first one it says 3 3/4 inches by 5.
The first one.
The first side plate. That one. Right there. And the second one, which is that, it says 2 11/16, so pretty much almost like a little more over than 2 3/4.
Okay.
By 3 7/8 inches. These plates are 5 millimeters thick.
Whew. This is the deluxe of the deluxe of deluxes.
And this in the last side plate, which what I thought was pretty cool that they did it for that.
Okay.
The property plate.
The property plate.
Yeah. They put the property plate on there. So, and like I said, just even holding it, like, this, and you better believe this belt is all, it says on here,
I'm waiting for
9.59 pounds. I can tell you now.
You're walking around with almost 10 pounds of gold. Shout out to that title, which you know what? Let's just do that title right now. We've never done it. Breaking news: 10 pounds of gold is the next belt kings.
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
Yeah, it is. And what's just as a small comparison, I'll do it as a comparison to this.
All right, we're doing a comparison here versus the Rock's community title. He's pulling out another one.
We'll do a comparison with this.
Okay. Oh, another 3. This man's showing off right now, guys.
No.
Okay. No, he's not. That's not even his nature. That's just me talking, y'all. But it looks beautiful. But I'm liking that together.
So, and they're both, I can
And so for those who don't know what they're watching, you have you put out the new, what I call the Dipset US title.
Yeah.
Okay. The Hurt Business is the best thing in wrestling right now on Raw anyway. How much is that title weigh? Because
I want to say this one, it's close. It's
okay.
About, this one's maybe a shade under. This one's probably about
but holding it's lighter.
Not by much.
Okay. Maybe 8.5 versus 9.5 or even 9.
And what I'm looking at, this one's about 8.
Okay.
Yeah, so, and just, same kind of thickness and all of, like, it's a show on this soon, too. So,
I mean, just it's the Dipset title.
Yeah. But, I mean, back to the Rock, so, a little backstory behind this.
When you pick it up, sorry. When you pick it up, you go, I'm not sure do not come to title town in Hollywood with 20 belts on and have that title. That one I'm thinking might just want to just wear that one. Go ahead, go.
So with this belt though, little backstory behind it. So this was pretty much at the time, they had just done Austin's belt, the Smoking Skull.
Okay.
And well actually since back.
See, he normally does these shows at work, but he's home today and he's showing all about. Shout out to all the title collectors out there. Listen, he's going to deny it right now, so I'm just going to just say it right now. To be a belt king, you gotta have not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, but at least 5 to be considered a belt king. He's going to tell you, just get your face. Look at him. What do you mean? Look at him. Go ahead. Comparison again, baby.
So,
pull out the Smoking Skull belt again. Go ahead.
And this is the original. You see the F.
I see the F.
This is the original. Figures Incorporated.
Mm-hmm. Look at that back of that thing. The snake skin on that thing.
Yeah.
Some boots or a belt. Some suspenders.
You can see the Figures Incorporated logo on this. This is the original.
I find
replica.
That very important to a title collector. All right, we can be serious for a moment. All this beautiful being footage here is showing. For me, I love the titles incorporated insignia on the back of the titles because that shows the years you've had that belt.
Yeah.
Okay.
Classic. And I want to say this year, this one is. I forgot when I even got this, but this.
I don't even know you had the Smoking Skulls belt. You got so many titles, I don't even see them all.
Yeah. This one has 2004 in the back. So
I was going to say 2003, 2004. I can't wait till you have a house display like your average consumer. That's my favorite YouTuber, by the way. Your average consumer, and he shows us like walking. It's going to be glorious. And I mean that. Bobby Roode, where you at?
And see, here's what's funny about this one. A lot of people make that comparison with it. This one's actually it holds so much value, but only a 2mm belt.
Wow, you're showing the difference between the Smoking Skulls belt, Austin's
so you have
version.
this.
You have that one with the F he has. Then he has the Brahma Bull, and it's like it's almost like the little Intercontinental belt compared to the Big Goldie. That's kind of what it looks like. And I'm just looking at your shoulders right now as you hold those both up there. It's not even close to me. And this is nothing against the title. We're talking about titles, not who we like and all that other good stuff, about the belt in which itself. That's what the show is made for, title collectors. Whatever belt you love, whatever guy you love, you get that title and you buy it and you hold on because it's personal value to you. But just looking at that title, Corey, it's not even close to the design of the belt. And again, we're looking at 16 years difference here. Okay, so let's just be real here. They're going to remake that belt, I believe, anyway. Some kind of different.
Well, here's the problem. Well, they've already made it, though.
Okay.
They've re-released, and I've seen the re-release of the Smoking Skull,
but I'm sorry to cut you, but in this way though, because they're making this like series kind of difference of how they're doing these belts now with the Taker, the Eddie Guerrero.
This one was one of the first ones. So
before its time.
Yeah, but this was one of the first ones they redid as far as with the upgrade in the plates.
Okay.
Because I remember, I want to say, was it this past May? Not this past 36. It was either 35 or 34. They had just redid the Smoking Skull to 5mm, and it actually looks really nice. The only problem is and it's not a problem, but you have certain people who, and not in a bad way, I'm just saying certain people.
Right.
They want I'm one of those certain people. They want the F one.
Yeah, I do.
To be honest, if you can, some people will go ahead and they'll just try to find one with the F. If you just want the belt for the new one that they have and it's always on sale. Okay. So you get it at a decent price.
It's a better quality belt, better made belt than the original. Yeah, it's from 16 years ago.
10 times. To be honest, it's 10 times better than the one material wise.
Right.
But mine will always hold the value because it's the original.
It's the F, and it's the original.
Yeah.
So I find that odd in a personal level because this shows you, and those who's listening, this shows you this is about, again, our love for title belts, because he's an HBK guy like myself. Yep. And for that reason, it's literally on the last of my titles to get, or a belt I would have to come across in a steal to buy. So let me ask you this question. Was it a belt you came across in a steal to buy, or you just being the collector that you are? You love the design of the belt. I mean, again, I don't hate any wrestler. So not being a fan of Stone Cold is not saying Stone Cold wasn't the man, right? So
it was both.
Or it was both? Okay.
It was both, because I knew eventually, this was years ago, I knew eventually I would add a Smoking Skull to the collection.
You have to.
It's because of how unique it was for its time. But
definitely before its time too.
But at the same time, I wasn't necessarily looking for it at the time I got it. I got it. It was at a steal, and I said, "Oh, I gotta get this." It's just that simple.
Just that simple.
Sometimes, I mean, like I said, you never go out of your means, but if you can make a way to make it happen, I say, you know what? It's not in the plans, but when it comes up as that, I've got to get it at that point.
This is where we're not going to talk to you about, stocks and bonds and things like that, but we will tell you, and I use this reference, and I'm glad you brought this up, because in this time right now, we're in another console war over PS5 or Xbox, and if you're lucky enough, to get yourself on one of those systems, I know, Corey, you shared, I think you got your PS5, I got my Xbox coming, but I was one of the ones who, like with titles, I put my money down. My beautiful wife, I love her. It's how you got a good woman. Waited outside for me to get my Xbox for me in line. So I got mine, and the thing I'm bringing up is that I'm going to pay it off. You know what I mean? And it gives you time. So you find that belt you want. It's set. And I know sometimes when I'm talking about a steal is a steal. You come across, you got to have it then. So that's a different territory. You're talking about if you want something, how to go accumulate it. So you just save your pieces. Don't go broke for this title. You will catch up and be a belt king one day, people. But now if you don't mind, Corey, let me say that belt one more time. Because I do not have it. I want to talk about this thing because this is a belt that I believe, like, to me, the Dipset title, which you also showed earlier, to me is the best belt I've ever seen. That's just my personal
small
opinion.
Intricacy of here.
That's what I want to see.
The border around the
I see it.
Actually, the Brahma Bulls. So,
Okay.
yeah.
I'm sorry. They were what?
They're Brahma Bulls. I'll show you.
Holy moly, donut shop.
You see them?
I do.
Yep.
This again. This title, I want him to show it again into the camera, and I'm going to paint the picture for those who are listening via podcast on all podcast networks. Is it's beautiful.
Yeah,
it's the curve in it, the blue suede leather core. It's yours.
Yeah. So pretty much. Small backstory with that. We never even got to it. So
we never did.
At that time, like I said, because I pulled out the Smoking Skull. Originally at that time, they were doing these unique things, and Rock and Stone Cold were their biggest stars at the time. This belt was supposed to be for Rock when he regained the WWF Championship at that time, and I want to say this belt was either for 99 or 2000 that they were making it, and it was done.
Great story. This belt has. I thought so too.
Urban legend is that it just got lost.
Mm-hmm.
Then how convenient that plans are ever changing in the world of professional wrestling. They just decided not to use it once they recovered it. They just, as far as what I know, it's always murky on how that story goes. But apparently, they just never creatively did anything with it once they recovered it. Just that simple. That's literally it.
Mm-hmm.
And it just goes to the displays at WrestleManias and all of that, and we never saw the championship.
Yeah.
To me, I think that was a good thing. I don't think Rock needed this belt.
Okay.
That's me.
Because that was his belt buckle.
Yeah,
he rocked.
Yeah,
Rock.
This championship. I mean, I think to me it would have been like they're doing it for Rock now too. It was cool that Austin did it.
Mm-hmm.
It was cool that
it was
Austin.
Different.
Yeah, but Austin was the one to do it. At that point, you get Rock to do it, and it's like, okay, are you going to do one for somebody else?
Yep.
You almost paint yourself into a corner if you start doing all of these cuts, because then it's like, okay, Rock and Stone Cold are just better than everybody else. They get a championship and we don't.
Right.
And with Austin doing it, was like, okay, Austin was so much clear cut, the star of the Attitude Era, that it was like, okay, Austin, the story goes with Austin that he didn't like how the actual championship belt would cut him at times, or, with the different edges and stuff. So he wanted a rounded out championship.
Right.
Which is what that belt is. That belt is completely ovaled around pretty much.
Like the Intercontinental title.
Yeah. And what's funny is that he, design-wise, if you ever look at Austin, if you ever see pictures of Austin in his actual home or at his ranch, he like a Broken Skull championship, molded directly after the classic Intercontinental, because I think he said that's his favorite championship design.
Okay.
And as far as I know, and I think stories go, and I got to always look back and see, I think Austin kept the Intercontinental Championship that he won from Owen Hart when he broke his neck.
Okay. I think I heard that one.
Yeah, he actually kept that championship. So, I mean, needless to say, I guess that belt's pretty significant to him. But this Rock one, I thought it was cool. I just was like, okay, Rock's runs were so sporadic that it was kind of like, okay, you have this belt here and there. It would make its appearances, but ultimately, Rock, I guess, looked better presentation-wise. Rock, the actual championship belt. I don't think Rock needed a gimmick belt for him.
Taker and Rock had to be two of the biggest superstars that have those kind of title runs.
Yeah.
They didn't need the title. They were just, I'm not going to say they were bigger than the title, but they were loved with or without it.
Mm-hmm. And so with Rock's belt, it was kind of like, okay, like, I remember seeing it years later, and I'm like, oh, I mean, that was cool, but I just didn't think he needed it. I just never thought he needed his own championship.
That's why when I saw this, I said, I've seen this before. Right? I've seen this, and it was in pictures, and I just never.
You've seen it at WrestleMania.
Yeah, it just never fully developed as a title, and just to see it. And again, I will say in living color. We say black and white back in the day, right? But to see it in living color, not even hold the thing, it brings memories to this guy, and why I'm glad we did this show today after what I call Clash of Champions blood versus blood, Oos versus Oos. Okay, because I'm a day one guy. Okay, but it is all right. I just thought like tribal leader, just where that story's going. The Rock really is the tribal leader because everything that Roman's saying is current. Rome, it's current. I'm feeding the table. He is. He's everything that he's really saying that he is. You know what I mean? That's what makes this storyline so great and give you chills when you hear the SmackDown promo and they say, you know what they say when they see me, Oos? Which one are you? You know what I'm saying? And it's just, and it makes you think, wow, this family is. And we know some of them personally, and and fans love them all around the world. Millions and millions of people have met these guys, and The Rock is that. If there is that guy, it's got to be The Rock. And excuse me for any background noise. They're doing construction that just started. They told me 10:30. It's 10:28. So, but with that being said, I just loved every single thing about The Rock, about where this is going, how I think he really is the tribal leader. And just said, let's talk about The Rock. Let's talk about The Rock and how great The Rock is. It made us bring up this title and The Rock. And one of my most infamous Rock moments, like that I loved literally more than anything that The Rock has ever done. It's not a promo. It was The Rock was so badass in the Attitude Era. I'll never forget the I Quit match. It is single-handedly one of my greatest Rock. I know you're saying like, huh? It just really
no.
Just that's out for me so much. And then you hear years later when Mick Foley goes, he supposed to hit me 4 times.
Yeah,
he was supposed to hit him. I remember watching this with my wife. All right, again, I love my wife when she loves wrestling because she's sitting there saying, "Babe, what the? He hit that man 14 to 17 times with a chair shot to the head." Okay, and how it got over. How it got him over, how it made you say, on one hand, here go this funny guy that will come in here and roll his eyes like, when my favorite promo, I'm going to jump ship there, when I think it was going into the 6-pack challenge.
Yeah, and Armageddon.
And he comes at everybody and makes fun of, oh, you're the game, and roll my eyes back, Like, to be that funny, that creative, that over, that multi-talented, and can be that vicious in the ring. I think The Rock doesn't get credit because we look at technical excellence like Bret Hart. We look at Kurt Angle, and we look at wrestling in a different light from that. We're bringing in the Eddie Guerreros and guys who do great technician mat wrestling. And we forget the majority of wrestlers where we come from. And I would say right now, it's even more of an equal footing still is a sports entertainment wrestler. That's an ass-kicking, can do some moves, and can sell. And no one sold like The Rock, like a rock bottom, like a super kick. Corey, some of your favorite Rock moments. I probably just took like 3 of them. I don't know.
No. Easily my favorite Rock one, I would say, was the night after he beat Hogan the second time in Montreal. The night after No Way Out 2003, when he cuts the promo in Canada, in Toronto. And he absolutely obliterates Toronto. And it's just to the point where you're like, I was never really a big Rock guy. Didn't dislike him, but I was like, Rock wasn't.
That's surprising. That's surprising, Corey, because you love you some MJF and the Miz and guys. Go ahead.
Here's why. I was so loyal to Shawn and Hunter. I just couldn't like.
It's why I don't like Stone Cold.
Yeah, that's why I couldn't. It's like I couldn't like Austin. I couldn't like Rock for those reasons because I was a Shawn and Hunter guy, and I always will be. And I'm such a Shawn and Hunter mark. But The Rock was just so influential. Rock was good. No. He was great.
Of course. I know he's a fan. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, but it was like my guys were
my guys.
Like
my guys are my guys.
Yeah, like just that simple. And so, but Rock was pretty much, that was one of my favorite moments. Another one.
I know you're going to say one because we talked about it. To be honest, it's probably the best ladder match that people don't talk about.
Oh yeah. I was gonna say definitely him and Hunter.
Him and Triple SummerSlam.
Yeah, him and Hunter in the Garden, definitely.
I prefer Rock versus Austin. I mean, Rock versus Hunter anyway. I think it was a way better rivalry than him and Austin. Austin and him just was a bigger level because it was Austin. All right, and it's that perfect. That's that perfect. I'm being very careful. You know what you were giving. Stone Cold. You know your country guy versus your city guy. It was classic. You know, black versus white, if you will, so to speak. You know what I mean?
Yes,
although people will tell you, and I've heard this from doing interviews with several people. The Rock's gimmick comes from Elvis Presley.
A lot of people have said that.
A lot of people have said that.
Comparisons.
A lot of comparisons to Elvis Presley. And I won't go into negative things that we've heard about The Rock from, people out there like that. But he is the most electrifying man in all of sports entertainment, in my opinion. The number one wrestling fan of him or not. Surpassed Arnold in movies. He is the biggest movie star the world has ever seen. And we're talking about action movies, of course. Right. Yeah. And we're talking about what people counted Arnold as, and that's in the bank as well. Right. Yeah. There was this thing at one point where it was like Arnold, Denzel, and Pretty Woman.
Kevin Costner?
No, Pretty Woman, the girl.
Oh, Julia Roberts.
Were the highest paid actors and actresses in Hollywood. We're talking about like 19 to 20 something million. The Rock has crossed that plateau of 25 million. When they take a whole franchise called The Fast and the Furious and say, hold on now. Hold on. We want to give him his own movie first. That's how big you are. So we talk about tribal kings, Corey. There got to be The Rock. Let's dabble into that belt. Could we see him bring this title out?
No.
Okay, just wanted to say it.
No, you won't see it. No, it's a valid question. We won't see it. I just don't think Rock will stick around long enough to even try to bring this out or something like that.
Do you think we get Roman and Rock
absolutely
live at WrestleMania? We talked about this because I'm in Florida and we're in stage 3. They've opened my governor has said, who cares if you die?
Right.
Go right ahead. So my dumb self, if LA opens back up, I'm going to be there. If it's Rock versus Roman, I wasn't probably going. But if I get Rock, the tribal leader, versus Roman, the tribal leader, battle for chief, blood versus blood too.
Yeah,
we might get blood versus because I think Hell in a Cell is coming against. See, other Oos isn't ready yet. You can tell by the way he limped out yesterday. He's far from being ready.
He's only what was WrestleMania, April?
He's not. It's like another 5.
It's only been 5. Yeah, he's another 4. He's a minimum another 3-4.
He's Royal Rumble luckily.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. WrestleMania properly. So I can see this being the tribal leader of Rock, that beautiful being footage of that title. Look at the eyes. Look at the nose ring. I hate women who wear nose rings like that, but that thing looks good right there on that beautiful being footage right there. I love that. The Rock, though, I'm thinking SummerSlam. I'm thinking, for what it's worth, Rock and HH. I almost said it, okay? I almost said it. Almost came out of me. I'm going to say it. Hogan and Rock. WrestleMania. The most shocking moment?
Not shocking. I won't say.
Okay, maybe that's another. Okay,
I won't say shocking. We'll use another word.
Okay.
It was. I would. Here's the word I'm going to say. Adaptable, and the reason why is because when everything happened, in that match, it's real time.
Yeah,
they're going out there, and Rock's like, "Oh crap, I'm getting booed." Hogan's like, "Oh crap, I'm getting cheered."
Yeah.
The professionalism and the wherewithal for both of them to realize
to just switch it.
We need to switch everything
in the match.
In the match. Like, because it was to the point where Hogan could do no wrong.
And which was crazy. which was crazy. And this is why I love wrestling fans, despite the disagreements that we all have. The one most common thing we have in common, I just said that, is our love for professional wrestling. And this is what hurts me about wrestling fans, not knowing when to suspend the disbelief, because it's all should be suspended disbelief. I'll hate when someone says, "Oh, wrestling's fake," but you watch movies.
Yeah,
like,
we'll always get that argument.
You know what I'm saying? You watch movies, right? So it's just to let what you know in real life about wrestling go and watch the story they give you. You will enjoy it from such a different plateau. If you don't like that story, go find the story that you like. I always say there's always room for Jello. Bill Murray taught me that. Ghostbusters 1982, baby. Okay.
And another thing also, just to piggyback off of what you were saying, is that we know that, people know some semblance of the inside of what's going on, but for the sake of the storyline, just enjoy it.
Just enjoy it.
Just let it be. Like, we don't need to know that, oh.
Were you at that Mania?
Which one?
Hogan and Rock.
No, I was in college at that time.
Okay.
No.
Because I think as much as you, I think I'd have heard that one. So I just can imagine, because you were there for Taker and Shawn, right? And I've been at the ones that I've been at, and when you feel the electric of a crowd, and I can just imagine how you're at wrestling, no one's seen Hogan. When we've seen him, they were the NWO, it wasn't there. But as wrestling fans, especially when you go to WrestleMania, it's just different. The atmosphere is just different. It's equivalent to those who love comic books being at Comic-Con in San Diego, or being at E3. Okay, it's just a different atmosphere. It's just a love that you have for one another.
I'll tell you this, Mike, and you were at this one. I for one of the few times I kind of felt my stomach drop in the sense of, oh my goodness, when Shawn hit Taker with Sweet Chin in the cell, and that was one of the first, because that was one of the first times you thought, oh,
he's gonna lose,
because he hadn't lost yet, and that when he hit him with that, and when Hunter hits that pedigree, oh,
my favorite match of all time at WrestleMania, because I was there. That was my first Mania. So I'm screaming, as we talked about earlier. I'm a Triple H mark. But I'm literally screaming, Undertaker, Triple H. Like, I just, so Rock and Austin at that time, and just we're talking about things, guys, that is the reason why we collect these titles. I'm talking about it right now, and I'm just like, damn, I might even want to just get the Austin belt just because at this point.
And here's the thing. I'm glad you said that. You said that, because if you get the one that's the one they sell now with the WWE, only thing is it ain't got the F1.
That's it.
If you're not concerned,
F.
Please, if you want, somebody probably has.
Yeah.
But it's like, if you're not concerned about that, don't, seriously, just go get the other belt.
Don't let that stop you.
Don't let that stop you. I tell people that all the time. Especially if you're not heavy into, you need the intricacies of what was or another. Because I'll put it this way: same thing with this Rock. The original Rock belt has the F on it. The actual one has the F on it.
Real fast before we get out of here. Are these not the new Rock one? I know the Stone Cold one I'm asking about specifically.
Sure.
Is that a commemorative title you can find?
No.
Okay. So
they only sell that in the mini, and they sell it in the replica. So.
Okay. So I brought it up to say, again, with titles, get what you like. Don't let, if it's not that one you have, like for me, I will go back, and I think right now, and a good thing I brought it up before we got here, right now, the old U.S. title, the one I told you I want to go get, is on sale right now on WWE Shop for $200. Okay? $200. It's not a bad deal at all for that title.
No, it's not.
That's a steal to get a title. But I know people say, no, you know what? I want that one first. And that one, I got to say, okay. You might not even get that one first if you keep waiting. And waiting.
That's the thing. Yeah,
that's the thing.
That's the other thing. That's a great point that you just said. Is that you try to wait so long, all of your opportunities to have any version are gone.
Then you have to go the custom route.
Yep.
Get it.
Either that, or you just hope you come across it, which is going to
be eBay.
It's going to be inflated by the
Definitely some eBay.
And like I mean, to that point, like I said, especially with the smoking skull, because now more and more with the smoking skulls with the F, they up there.
Mm-hmm. And they're gonna be up there.
And they're gonna stay up there because anything with the F on it,
it's gonna cost you money. That's why I value mine even more now with the F on those. It things are changing and I'm liking it. Hey guys, episode 15, The Rock's Brahma Bull title. He gonna pull that again. Look at that thing, right? I'm sorry, guys. What sells me the most is the velvet. It's the velvet. Blue suede shoes, or is it suede? Is it suede or velvet? And I feel like it's suede.
It's suede. It's suede.
Boy, it's blue suede shoes. I should have known that early in the show. Y'all comment below right now. You already let me know that I already messed that up right there. That's what they're doing. That thing is beautiful, Corey. But we're already gonna give it to you, but we don't ever give it to you. We're gonna give it to you right now. That's episode 16 next week. In honor of this big old heavy belt, 10 pounds of gold. We're going to bring you the 10 pounds of gold. You know what that belt is? I'm not going to tell you right now. You got to find out next week. You should already know what 10 pounds
if you don't know what that is.
If you don't know.
Catch you next week. That's for sure.
You need to find out. So, look, with that being said, guys, we're going to get out of here. I am Mike Knox, spelled with 3 X's. You already know that is my nephew, Corey. My kicks are my fix. Everywhere, guys. We are Belt Kings, and this has been Belt Kings Radio Presents Champions. We'll see you next week, y'all. Episode 16. Peace.